Alright guys, welcome back. Weekend review, Sunday analysis. Let's just go through some stocks and see what we're looking for in regards to levels. We're going to start with Tesla and we'll just start mapping it out. So looking at Tesla, we can see that there's clear resistance here forming right here. So take a look here. You have this nice channel forming right in this area. And as you can see, Tesla has really been resisting this top level. And it really needs an earnings catalyst to get past this. So 250 seems to be the resistance. It's pulled all the way back to 207. And just that pullback right there from the highs of 268 to 207 pulled back 22%. Now if we start zooming in a little closer, we can see that there are support levels potentially coming for Tesla, which I would say probably around like the 200 level. Right around 197 to 200, you can see that we've had some consolidation in this area up to about 205. So if you're looking to make an entry, you can definitely maybe scalp and look for the 200 level, but there is more potential downside coming for this stock, so I'd definitely be bearish on it. What I'd be looking for is more of a short position. If Tesla can push back up and get to about 218, 220, then I think that we have a potential short. So if you can go back to 220, then come back down to retest 200, 5-6% pullback, that would look good. Next, let's move to AMD. Look at the 1 month chart here. It's sold all the way off, just down to about 188 to about 130. It's a 30% decline, which you can see on the top there. Now we go back on the 6 month chart. It is making new lows. So if you're in the stock higher up, I mean, look at this. This looks awful. This just looks like complete selling pressure coming all the way down from level 187 down to 132. So I definitely would keep an eye out on that. Support level wise, definitely going to have to be careful here. You might have potential support around this 125. But for me, I'm just going to stay away from this stock. Looks very bearish. CrowdStrike, this is a stock that I've been watching and potentially looking to get an entry, but I'm waiting. I want to see it break 200 first. You had that recent news that came out that dropped the stock 398 all the way down to 215. That's a 45% pullback right there. I'm waiting to potentially add to these guys with the knowledge that I'm going to be bag holding if I buy them. I wanted to get them at the low 200s. I've been looking in this area because I'm thinking we may get some potential support for a bounce, but we've got to see if this is going to be a long-term position or not. I mean, this company's been around for a while, and it's, has been a strong company, had that hiccup, and now you have multiple lawsuits going against it. This is like buying a fallen knife, so you got to be very careful with the RSI hanging out at 32 on the 1 year. So it definitely has potential, but you don't know where this is going to stop. So this is a complete guess. Anybody tells you this is the bottom, they have no idea. So we just got to see where it goes. So I'm going to continue watching it. I have my alerts set. I'd love to see them keep dropping, hopefully another 100 points. Overall, looking at Boeing. Boeing, as you can see, is another stock that's just had problems after problems. 267 all the way down to 156, 38% drop. What I see here is a breakup pattern. You had a bear flag form, which you can see right here on the big chart. And now it is making newer lows at 169. So if it breaks this 159, we have to be prepared for even lower lows. Around 146 would be your next level of support with a move back to 121. Nvidia, just look at this chart. It doesn't look good. It looks like it is selling off completely. You had your tips up here, no buying pressure from 134 up to 140. Do I think we can get a psychological bounce? Yes, I think there is a bounce here. And I want to zoom in here real quick so you can see that it's just a ton of selling pressure. Look at the sellers coming in on the volume on this chart. And just looking at the 1 month, done nothing but sell off. 137 all the way back down to about 106. That's a 22% pullback. At its lows at 100, went to 27% pullback. I did mark this area off because I'm watching it. I do think there's a potential bounce here from 100, and now it held 101. We got to see how it plays out this week. We have earnings August 28th, so that might keep the stock afloat until earnings. At most, I could see Nvidia popping up to 120, up like 13% before earnings. because let's just not forget 3 months ago they were at 141, but the chart doesn't look clean. It's really, you're just waiting to see because you have this clear support level at $96. Chipotle, I do believe that this is a potential play. Just look at them at the 5-year chart. This is a high PE growth stock. As you can see, it started at $8 all the way up to $69. But when you really look at the fine details here of the 3-month, it had this clear resistance here where it was rejecting, and you can see it on multiple tip points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it broke through. So now it's starting to show support here at this 51, 52 range. So I want to see if it's going to continue and make higher highs here. So that's what we're looking for here. Next is Lucid stock. You can see this stock has just died. It has completely sold off. I mean, if you look at it on a 5-year chart, it went all the way up to about $57, $64. I remember I used to trade this stock when it was like $50. I'm so glad I sold and don't have them anymore, because it's worth $3 now. I mean, if you just look at that pullback, this is a company that if you buy, you have to really believe in long term. I don't see any reason to be buying these guys. They're down 95%, as you can see on the top. I would just, if you're holding these guys, good luck. I don't know, unless they completely turn it around. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. They're losing money every quarter, every earnings. PayPal is another stock that has got pumped during COVID and it's just sold off completely, forming some kind of dead base around $50 to $60. But we're going to have to wait and see where they're going to go. Next, Lululemon. I think this is an opportunity potentially, but look at this stock chart, $2 all the way up to $5.16. I'll be interested if it pulls back to about $100. So still a ton of selling pressure. It is rejecting this EMA line, and it's just continuously selling off. So just got to wait, maybe 180, maybe 160.